Hi, it's me, the Vertical Spy 17. Here's something with. I'm here to do something new for a change. Can I just say one thing? I think I might be saying more than one thing. What the hell happened to M. Night Shyamalan? I mean, seriously. Whatever happened to this man? Come. Now, if you were there back in the year 1999, if you've been living under a rock since then, M. Night Shyamalan was known to be one of the most best directors. Like when it hit 2000, well, basically the year 2000, he came out with Unbreakable. People were like, it's good. Mm-hmm. Then when it came down to Signs, people were like, well, most people were pretty split when it came down to Signs. People said that they liked it. They said it was one of the greatest movies that they ever seen. Well, let's not go that far. They didn't say it was the greatest movie that they ever seen, but they said to themselves, it was a good movie. And the people who were split by it, they were like saying to themselves, good God, this is the most dumbest movie I've ever seen in my entire life. So, yeah, people did call M. Night Shyamalan the next Spielberg and something like that. But since then, people, let's really look at this for a bit. I know you guys have already said this already, but really, I want to point out and say to you guys, what happened to this man? I mean, seriously, in the year 2002, people were calling him the next Spielberg until it hit 2014. Sorry, 2004. In comes The Village. People were like saying to themselves, it was awful. It was bad. It was terrible. I haven't seen The Village. I've seen parts of The Village. And the big revealing thing that when it came down to that one scene where Thing, what was her name again? Well, anyways, was basically being chased down by this big blobby monster thing. I don't know what it was. It looked stupid to me. But since The Village, in came Lady in the Water, which I have not seen, which I'm not planning of seeing. People said that they hated Lady in the Water. Then The Happening. Then the Lord fuckity god awful movie known as The Last Airbender. And you already know what I think about that. But still, but then come After Earth, which really sort of kind of split people into three ways. People just said that they liked it. They thought it was better than The Last Airbender. People said that they hated it. People thought it was okay. So yeah. But my point is, what has happened to this man? I mean, this man was like on the top of the world back in the early year 2000s, and come 2013, he made such a mediocre movie. Like, where, how, how does that happen? Being the most, making one of the most greatest movies of all time, and yes, let's talk about Sixth Sense. Let's talk about that. Sixth Sense to me is a great movie. At first, I thought it was overrated, but now thinking about it, and when I was going to well, not high school, but transition to college, people, one of the girls in my, one of the ladies in my class kind of explained to me why the twist makes sense and why several of the other things kind of made sense. Because yeah, when I thought about it, I actually said to myself, "Well, you do have a good point that the twist does make sense and something like that." But really, when I'm thinking about it, yeah, it actually does make sense. Like my favorite part in Sixth Sense is where Haley Christian, the little boy in the Sixth Sense, I can't really say his name right, but yeah, I'll let this speak for me. But seriously, when it came down to that one scene where he was explaining his mother that that he can see ghosts and he can see the Walking Dead, and I like that one scene where it came to the lady that got hit by a car when she was on her bike, and she says, "Someone did get hurt in front of there." Really? Who? A lady. Oh my God! You can actually see her? Yeah. Where do you see her? She's standing next to my window. Honey, you're scaring me. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be imitating movies like that, but seriously, that scene is funny. That scene is really funny to me when it came down to that scene. But really, I really have to say this: having funny moments, having scary moments, having a big, huge twist on that really made this one of the greatest movies of all time. So yeah, there may be people that might hate The Sixth Sense. Say, "Oh, it doesn't make any sense by this stranger that no one has never seen, but this little boy can see." And yeah, it was a big twist that the little boy was the only one that can see him, and not, well, spoiler, not his wife or anyone else. And like they said, the ghosts can only see what they want to see because they're dead. They only want to see what they want to see. So really, that's a good twist. But that doesn't excuse what happened in Signs. And yes, I have seen the reviews. I have seen all your comments on. I've seen many comments on Signs. And yes, the whole alien thing. I mean, really, aliens that can make very advanced weapons and very advanced ships. What stops them? Wooden doors and water. Water, really. But what made Signs a good movie? Well, they just thought it was good. They just thought it was good, and they just thought it was a little campy, at least something like that. But I guess, in my opinion, what made Sixth Sense good? I'm sorry, what made Signs good was, yes, I'm obviously going to say it, Mel Gibson. Yeah, people, Mel Gibson is the only good thing in the movie, and if Mel Gibson was in something that was horrible, then maybe it wouldn't be that bad. But so the performances were good in Signs, but seriously, I'm sorry. Since Signs, M. Night Shyamalan has made crappy movie after crappy movie after crappy movie after really fucking goddamn crappy ass movie. I'm sorry, people, but what has happened to this man? I mean, really, what has happened to this man? I mean, I'm serious. If you were there back in the early year 2000, everybody was saying, "Oh, M. Night Shyamalan, he is one of the greatest directors of all time. M. Night Shyamalan, he's a new Spielberg. He's a new generation of directors." Yeah, all of us were saying that. But then comes The Village through The Last Airbender. Like, what happened? What happened to this man? Like, really, I don't know what has happened to this man. And yes, I'm not gonna mention The Last Airbender because I've already talked about that movie already. I want to stick on what's I want to stick on what's important for right now. But now, from my perspective, I thought After Earth was just pure okayness. Now, before you say anything, no, I didn't just like After Earth because It had Jaden Smith. It didn't just Jaden Smith was well basically Jaden Smith. That's all I can basically say. And what else can I probably say about Will Smith? What happened? Anybody said about Will Smith already? Will Smith was, like I said in my no bullshit review, he was just Will Smith just being like Morpheus mixed with Neo, and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe it was maybe because the M Night Shyamalan let the fame get to his head. Like he said to himself, "Oh my God, people must love my movies. Like they'll love anything I'll throw out there." So now when he came down to the village, he said, "You know what? I know everybody's gonna love this movie. They're gonna love it no matter what." And you know what? That's what he was thinking. And when people said they hate it, he probably must have went a little crazy. Probably. That's probably just my opinion. Just thinking to himself, "Oh my God, nobody didn't like my movie. Oh God. Okay. Maybe I'll make a movie a lot more better than this, but with a little bit more better acting. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe something like that might have happened to M Night Shyamalan, but at least watching, just trying to watch these movies from back to back, just I just don't feel it. And yeah, but I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm gonna have to mention the last. Hold on. Sit right down. Just listen to what I have to say. How bad was the last Airbender? I forgot to mention this in my review. Last Airbender was so. Now I'm gonna use that for an example for why people think about M Night Shyamalan nowadays. When the last Airbender ended and when it got to the end credits, I swear to God, I'm not fucking kidding. I swear to God, I am not kidding you. This actually happened. Some white guy that was sitting in the audience literally stood up from the top of his lungs, screamed, "You suck, M. Night!" And I swear to God, everybody was like, "Yeah." Yeah. People were applauding that man completely. And it was, yeah. And get this, when M. Night produced and written a script for a certain movie called Devil, the devil is lying to you, men. I'm sorry, I gotta put it in there, but yeah, when the trailer for Devil came out, and when people saw M. Night Shyamalan's name, I swear to God, I'm not kidding you, people were booing this trailer. They were booing the movie. They're like, "Boo! Get off the screen!" That's how bad The Last Airbender was to people. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty freaking much. But guys, who knows? Maybe M. Night Shyamalan might make a good movie. I mean, After Earth, maybe a small step or something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. You probably say, "Oh, After Earth's one of the worst movies of all time." Don't even defend that movie. Yeah. But maybe one day M. Night Shyamalan would make a great movie for once. Who knows? He's probably doing TV shows nowadays or something like that. Doing something small. But really, I think he should come up with a script that he came up with. No, wait, no, wait, that's a bad idea. Maybe he should come up with a script that someone else came up with. No, 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 that's a real bad idea. I don't know. Maybe he should do something that he. No, wait. That's another bad idea. I'm not saying that the man should give up on Hollywood, but the man might have some good talent, or maybe he should do a sequel to one of his movies, like Unbreakable. I mean, I heard they were going to do a sequel to Unbreakable, but seriously, that I thought Unbreakable was a great movie. I don't care if people hate it, but I thought Unbreakable was a great movie completely. Totally completely right there. Maybe he should do a sequel to his work or something like that. I don't know. I think he should do a sequel to Unbreakable. That's all. That's my thoughts right there. I would definitely would love to see a sequel to Unbreakable. Maybe something like that. But as for everything else, I don't know. Maybe one day M Night will look at his past work and say to himself, you know what? Maybe I'll do that a lot better. So that's my 2 cents right there. That's all I have to basically say. Vertical Spy, outro.